Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map. I have quite a few decks here that I wanted to share. This is a September favorites. September is nearly over. I will want to share with you that my favorite skull that arrived in September was this amazing Maria Magdalena skull. It's Labradorite. I put some quartz that I found in the stream into her eyes. So this skull was beautiful. To be honest, I still, of course, kind of keep connecting to it. It's not something that, I worked with it in September and that's it. Obviously, the skulls, I work with all my skulls and build this connection. And just to be honest, I researched that. This is not something that I just take and, oh yeah, of course, skulls are so amazing and I'm sitting with this, I kind of check it out, I see if I get any feelings or if there's any synchronicities in my life about it, and that's how I go, how I go about it. I don't just take it on, I believe in it or something like that. Then I wanted to share with you my card of the month was Two of Cups, and I love Two of Cups in many decks, but I do love that Tarot Masonic card, this Two of Cups, because cups are shown as hands, and I just love this receptivity of that element. Cups is also warm and very receptive, generally traditionally seen as a very good, optimistic, helpful, open energy, and this month was like this. It was actually a really good month for me. I went away, I spent a lot of time with my husband, I spent a lot of time working on readings, which I also consider to be very Two of Cups, giving but also receiving, quite a equal energy exchange. Somebody's paying me for so somebody's giving something for me to give them something. It's a nice energy exchange, and I just really enjoy this card. So this was my monthly card, and I always pull also the from Wild Queen. I also pull a card, and this card was called Play With Me. So, not too much explanation. It was a very playful month, even though I've done a lot of work, but Play With Me, I think it was also a reminder not to get too stuck on working, but just have this good balance and find the balance between work and play. Another two cards that I usually keep for do monthly draws from. This is Wisdom Keeper's Oracle, and I pulled number 3, which was innovation. And innovation, when you think about it, it's a very interesting concept. And here we see this Wisdom Keeper is childlike, so to me it was meaning to keep an open mind, fresh perspective. Don't be afraid of chaos, but also don't be overrun by chaos. The quote is, who, what and wherever you are, if you are not continually transcending, then you are dying. So the gift of this Wisdom Keeper is innovation, shadow of it is chaos, and seedy, so this most wise expression is innocence. So basically there's some questions for contemplation. So it's a feeling between being disordered and chaotic, and also anal, when you're trying too hard to be perfect. When faced with chaos, how do you and your body respond? Are you afraid of an inner and outer change? What would you do differently if you made friends with the unknown instead of resisting it? Connect with a time in your life when you felt innocent and childlike. What new adventure awaits you? What area of your life is calling out for innovation? And I did go out to the mountains. I did go on many adventures this month. I did introduce a new reading in my shop, Mabon Hag, which is past already, but it was valid until yesterday. I will be improving, you know, not improving, but introducing new readings in my shop that are seasonal, or what else did I do that was innovative? I've done some new ones. This is always an innovation and always a new expression of, you know, always an innovation. And these wisdom keepers, they always come in pairs. So the pair to this one was equilibrium. So again, it's this equilibrium between innovation and chaos. And the gift is equilibrium, shadow is corruption, and seed is harmony. Equilibrium can be lost, but harmony is constant and infinite. So here we see someone that reminds us of John Lennon. Probably it is John Lennon. And the questions for contemplations are about, you know, being stuck or working against the system. So how politically aware are you, and how what you create, you know, is in line with what you really believe in. Is your social responsibility getting in the way of your creativity? Think of the time when you felt especially creative, playful, or free. Where were you? What were you doing? Who were you with? And what can you do to connect with experience of harmony? And this is really funny, because I decided that each of the seasons, you know, like Kelly from Truth and Story, she has like a stone for each like festival, pagan or Celtic festival. Well, I will have, because I'm so into skulls these days, I want to have a skull for each of the 4 seasonal points. So not like more, but 4 skulls that I connected only to the seasons. And actually a skull I bought yesterday on autumn equinox is going to be called Harmony. It's also an elongated Mayan elongated skull, like this one, but it's much bigger. So it's clear quartz as well. And I just, when I saw it, I think I even pulled a card from an oracle deck, and oh shit, sorry, my amazing ring broke, so I've got to fix it. Let me just take it off. So yes, in any case, I want to call it Harmony, and this is going to be my autumn equinox skull and kind of energy that I want to work with during those autumn equinoxes to come. Another thing that I want to talk about is to show you my favorite September decks, and I actually rewatched quickly my video on September decks that I did in the beginning of September, and to be honest, I didn't use that many of the decks I actually showed. I think these videos are more like, oh, I show you what I would like to use, but if I'm going to use it, well, who knows. But I did use quite a bit for myself this Tarot Masonique. So this is this thing, Tarot Masonique. It's a French deck. I think it's out of print, but probably you are able to get it. The cards are really big and very beautiful. This is a pip deck. So it has Masonic principles in its in the pips and the majors. So these are cups. It's got this nice kind of metallic thing to it, and let me just show you one of. So for example, there's a Hangman. I did show off this deck, I think, when I will link maybe the. So this is Queen of Wands. I love her. She's gorgeous. And there's the Luna. So a very beautiful deck. A lot of symbolism. It's kind of a little bit tough-like, but not really. It's more with this Masonic principles, but yeah, it's gorgeous. It's really, the artwork is stunning. And the cups, the hands. So yes, this deck is beautiful, and I keep using it just because I'm just in love with the artwork. for readings for other people, I just love using Tarot de Sainte Croix. It's just something which works really well. People respond to it so well, and it's kind of a nice reader. It doesn't scare people, but it's also not like over sweet, like it's not a bullshit deck. It's varied, it's very versatile. You can connect to it intuitively. It's not very you know, esoteric, so you don't have to really go via any other systems but tarot, and it has like neutral pictures, and works with me very well, and I get really good feedback about using this when I use this deck with others. Deck that I wanted to use so much and couldn't wait to use it, the Pagan Otherworlds. I did use it a bit, but it seems like, oh god, like there's not enough time to really use all these decks, because I didn't use so often Pagan Otherworlds, so I haven't used it for the readings for other people yet so much, but I think I will try maybe next month. But yeah, it's a gorgeous deck, and I think it's a perfect deck for winter also, just because it's got this quietude, solitude, this peaceful palette about it. I use quite a lot the Ma Tarot, which I showed you in the last video. I loved to use the World Spirit Tarot. I have the first edition with these few weird cards, but it is a gorgeous deck. I think because they lino cards, I just love this art style. It's not so annoying, and like annoying in the sense that it is Rider-Waite-Smith, but it doesn't seem like, you know, I love this kind of naive, a little bit look to it. And it's a very versatile deck as well, and I think from what I checked, and I've used it a few times for myself, but also for other people, it actually reads quite well. It's a good reader. So this World Spirit Tarot, I think it's a really cool deck. So I'm sure I'm going to use more of it over the next few months. Ancestral Path Tarot, I spoke about it, used it heaps, love it. This is an awesome deck. I wish I had a book. Anything else from tarot? Oh yes, I've used a lot because I've been studying and still am with Enrique Enriquez. So I've used a lot of Tarot de Marseille for my own studies. Dodel, this is Jeanne Dodel. And I remember a time when I used to read a lot for Polish people. I used to read with Tarot de Marseille because I was like fascinated with this deck then, and I love these decks, Tarot de Marseille and the historical decks. There's just something about it. Right now I'm mostly using the pips because we're learning only to read pips with Enrique Enriquez, and this is really cool practice. So on top of Jeanne Dodel, I also used a lot, and I love La Corte dei Tarocchi. I love this deck. This is this little stack of bookmarks. Isn't it cool? And it's beautiful, and it's very autumn. This deck is very autumn. Can you even see this? Does it focus on the card? So everybody also knows this deck. So this is a deck I keep using all the time. Love it. It's very cool, very beautiful. If you like pip decks, you probably will like it. Also, if you had a reading with me, you probably know that Tarot de Marseille, but majors, only these two decks, Tarot de Blaine and Le Marseille Bleu. I use these guys all the time. They're quite amazing, and I do like major on major spread that Veronica Jude was showing us at some point. only with 3 cards. I usually do where is the full heading. I also constantly use the Sacred Creators Oracle. I think this deck is brilliant and it works with any tarot deck. It's really very cool. The book is cool, but the keywords, in my opinion, are very encouraging, and it's great for entrepreneurial business readings, but also it's great for just, you know, evolutionary readings. So for any type of readings, this deck is wonderful, and it's such a beautiful deck. It's so nicely made. It's this old gilding like in Starchild Tarot. It's really gorgeous. So I love this. I love this Art Oracles deck. It's so cool. Yeah, I've seen, you know, I've showed it in the previous videos. I'm not going to pull it out. I also used Hips, the Goddess Oracle, very nice. And I love using the Mesquite Tarot. It's so beautiful. I love the size of it. I love actually that it's so small. And it's this new Kickstarter deck, you know, with gorgeous artwork, very simple. So if you like this type of art, you will love it. I also used the Oddities and Antique Anatomy Tarot together, very cool. And also the last 2 decks. One is Devas of Creation deck. Amazing, amazing, love it, love this deck. It's a little bit like with Weavers, it's a little bit on another level. So I've used Weavers Oracle, I use it all the time as well. I'm learning and using and learning, and also Lavish Earth Oracle. It's very cool. So yeah, quite a lot of decks, but I do mix decks. I do use always Tarot and Oracle together. I love mixing systems, so I also played with playing cards this month. Anything else I want to share with you? I really enjoyed this autumn equinox, and I think it's amazing. I love observing these changes in nature, and I think that's it. This is it. I'm going to have a cuppa now, and I hope you had a great September, and I will speak to you soon. Bye!